Hey, have you been watching shows like Possibly the Greatest Alchemist Ever, Dr. Camus MD, and Demon Lord 2099? We hate that for you. You, my friend, are stuck in an anime genjutsu. Bad shows with no character development and predictable plot lines. We are here to be the hand to snap you out of it.
I say so.
Yeah.
We back episode 2 of AnimeIntake official, where you get the hardest opinions on animes all around from people just like you, sitting on the couch.
You can't see right now, but I'm twinkling my toes.
I'm Dan, you know me. You see my face everywhere. My man's over here, Howie.
Yo, just
The ladies call him Howie. Between us, we got 60 years of anime knowledge. I got a little 30 piece of my part.
You just unked this out.
YU, young uncle.
I don't think that's gonna get very far.
We're starting with crazy topics like Solo Leveling Season 2 full season review.
Get your popcorn, y'all.
Anything you missed, we on it.
Also, are these shows approaching anime classic level, or do they have anime classic potential?
Not to mention, the next upcoming animes we're all excited to see. To end it off, our Q1 picks for anime of the year. Stay tuned.
Time is flying. Quarter one almost over already. Crazy.
We dropping now. Get it. Jumping things off, Season 2 just finished of Solo Leveling. I don't want to hear nothing but how we rating the season. You've been watching the episode reviews, you know how we get started. What's your rating for the season?
First off, my youth. Yo, first off, I think this season of Solo Leveling better than the first. Obviously, it's gonna continue to get better. You know, the more you do something, the better you get at it. So Sun Jin-woo is now.
That's not true, but continue.
Only losers don't get better at the things that they continue to practice at.
Exactly.
But Sun Jin-woo's been leveling up, and now he's obviously way stronger. He's in the system. He's adapted to the system. Come on, man. Listen, I think the people know how I feel about the season, and I think your rating is probably more so what the audience is looking into, and because they know you're on bullshit, bro. Come on, man. Be real.
I'm gonna rate this a mid. A strong mid. As a season, it was mid. It was cool. It was like a filler. It was like a filler season.
Honestly,
I be cooking.
I'm not surprised at this atrocity. Didn't you rate the last episode like a 4.5 or something?
Good for them, yeah.
Y'all should go ahead and watch that and make sure that y'all see this man act a whole ass about this last episode. Top moment for me as well. That boy saved his mother. That is the most hated moment in this show's history. But to me, that boy really accomplished the goal.
Isn't that fucked up?
You people are the reason why that moment means so much more to me, because he accomplished his goal and y'all shitted on him for it.
Isn't that crazy? It's his mom's.
People have no compassion. Where's the compassion in the anime community?
That's what the thing about it, it's his mom, but you guys cried when Jiraiya died.
That nigga took a frog to like this.
It's 6 of them. That's crazy.
But I think that's my top moments for the season. What about you? What's your top moments?
My top moment of this season, the one-on-one fight with the Ant King.
Pretty recent. I don't want to call it recency bias, but you know.
It's definitely not. Everything else in this season, top moment-wise, other than his dad being resurrected, that was fire. It's a great moment. I'll stick with it. His dad coming back and the last fight. 2 great moments. The worst moment off script here, the worst moment.
It's not even a segment, y'all.
Is when he released the healer.
Oh, shit.
That was the dumbest move ever. I've said it before, in any RPG team, you got the tank, the healers, the vanguards, the scouts, whoever. The healers are the most important. He finally had a healer who can regrow limbs. S-rank healer. And he released him on sympathy? Who are you?
He's not a monster, but a man.
He's been a monster throughout this whole show. That's f***ed up. But hey, are you looking forward to the next season?
Of course. There are things that, I'm not saying Solo Leveling is perfect. There's things that can be added. Give us more in-depth looks at his abilities that he's gaining, just like the manhwa does. I think they could stick a little bit more to the manhwa's original text. I get it for like cinematic purposes, it might be like switched around. But I think leaving it as true to the manhwa as possible. I feel like there's so many things that get left out from this show that could have been just on display. When he showed up to the island in the first place, from what I've seen in the manhwa, he's supposed to arrive the ants to help him take out the horde faster that he killed. But instead they showed it as like him and his already shadow warriors taking him out. And then later on in the next episode, heroes ants, and then the ants start fighting around. So it's like, I don't know if they switching things around, kind of like and piecing it together. I wish the content could be the content, because the content is what I fell in love with in the first place. What about you?
What about me?
Are you looking forward to season 3 of Solo Leveling?
Yes and no. More so no. Overall, no. I ain't gonna lie. It's a great show. It's a good show. It's a good, great show. Like, it's like mid right there. But if we don't learn more about the player's world, I don't really care. Like, if this show keeps progressing the same way it's been progressing so far, I don't really care. Like, real talk, I don't care. It's cool to watch, but we're not learning anything. Sanjibu fights everybody, he wins every time, and he gains nothing from it, really. As a character, what does he gain by it? Nothing. We all expect him to win. He's Saitama. He's Yukimoto. We know what's gonna happen. But if he fights those 2 new characters, fights his pops, fights the American S rank, fights the Chinese S rank, done deal, it's fire. He'll get mopped up.
I want you guys to just...
Mopped.
We have a playlist of all of the episode reviews. If you have not watched them, I think you should watch them and enjoy them. And remember what he just said and where we are today. It's been Solo Leveling. Good season, great season to me, mid-season to him, and a lot of y'all out there, because I decided to turn y'all back on our Lord and Savior Sanjibu. Season 3 come around.
Turning your back is crazy.
When season 3 comes around, I'm going to remember each and every single person. And when the show gets better and greater, I'm there saying I told you so.
Moving on to the next topic. These popular shows, we're talking about which one of them are approaching being classic, and if not, what are they missing?
First off, I think we need to understand what it takes to be a classic. Is it time?
It's timing.
Is it impact? Is it longevity? Like, what is it with a show, that an anime specifically, that can make it a classic?
It has to have a longevity, but that longevity has to be impactful each time. One Piece. One Piece is a classic. Not only has it been running for so many years, each arc has been crazy, from Alabasta to Fishman to Marineford. Marineford when they just really started getting popping up, to NS Lobby. Throughout the time, it's been getting crazy and crazy and crazier. Shows like that is a great example of what makes a classic. Now, if we add in these new shows like Fire Force, Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, My Hero, popular shows, I think they're the closest to being on the verge of a classic, and whichever order you want to put it in, doesn't really matter. But what are they missing?
Well, obviously Chainsaw Man is missing in the next season. As a manga reader of Chainsaw Man, I only care for the first half. I feel like the first half, when it gets done fully, will let Chainsaw Man go down in history as a classic. With My Hero, unique system and its execution was done to a point where it's like, all right, this guy has an overpowered ability, but he's hurt himself to use it. He has to really learn how to use it. I think it took an approach, while kind of kiddie in a way still, which is also probably why people don't really rock with it as much. But you can't deny the impact My Hero had.
So what is missing? What are these shows missing?
Well, like I said, Chainsaw Man is missing more seasons and shit. My Hero, it needs to be...
It's capped. If Chainsaw Man gets more seasons, it's still not a classic.
How would you know?
Because based on what we've seen so far, for them to progress, they can progress in any amount of way, right? True. I don't think there's any more world building to that show.
Don't tell me what to think, buddy. Trust me. I'm telling you, as somebody who's read the manga.
So you saying because you read the manga, you saying because you read the manga, you know it's coming, so you know for a fact if it has more seasons, it's a classic.
I'm not saying if it has more seasons. I'm saying if they get this whole first half of Chainsaw Man, and if you read and you know what the first half is, you know there's a split point where the story gets into a totally different world.
Okay.
That first half, once that's said and done, impact Chainsaw Man had off the first season alone was crazy. But if it's done correct, mark my words. Write me down.
So you're saying it's not missing anything. We just have to give it some time.
Chainsaw Man needs the time, whereas I feel like My Hero has the impact. It has the amount of seasons. I just think it needs to just be fully completed.
So you're saying both need more time?
Yeah.
Speaking on Demon Slayer, on the verge of becoming a classic, maybe. What is missing Tanjiro. We need him to be a villain. Like, give some type of villain-like aura or like characteristics. We need to see him lose control. And for that to happen, Nezuko must die and or be manipulated to become evil on some Naruto Sasuke type vibes. At that point, classic. Think about how Hunter x Hunter became a classic. The Pito fight, crazy. What happened to him? He lost it. One Piece, classic. Ace died, crazy. He fought through all these different things. He fought through 3 different arcs, low-key, for him just to see his brother die.
Look how far you had
Crazy.
to go though. You had to go pretty far into those shows to get to like where you think this thing happened and it became like.
But even throughout, it was crazy because in Alabasta, like I said, Luffy was fighting Crocodile Crocodile being one of the warlords. Before that, he was on Fishman Island. Arlong, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fighting Arlong, meeting people as he go. We're world building a lot.
I mean, honestly, I see where you're going. Once again, I read Demon Slayer into its entirety. To me, that show is not gonna go down in history as a classic.
Really?
I think right now Demon Slayer is in the times and it's really popular, but I could see it in like 10 years nobody really caring about it, especially if it ends like how it's supposed to.
Really? Demon Slayer changed the game with the graphics.
No, that's great, you know. Just knowing how it ends, nah.
Alright, Fire Force. What is Fire Force missing to become a classic?
That motherfucker classic already, cuh. Hell yeah.
I think if Fire Force makes the storyline more simple, it can become a classic. So far, things are so intricate right now. There's so many things going on that we're kind of like brought into a world we're trying to figure out still, more digestible to the masses as whole, to you guys. Me a little bit, because I'm like, I get it, but I'm like,
Have I got news for you, buddy?
it's gonna be simple?
It does not get more simple. It gets
figured.
more complicated.
I figured.
So you can go ahead and pack that up, that notion up, you know what I mean? You know what too? While I'm here talking about motherfucking mangas, JJK, complicated than a motherfucker. And guess what? It's only gonna get more complicated. So strap in.
I don't think JJK would ever be a classic. I think people would just
All right.
I think people would just ride Goto. What's his name? Gojo. See, I don't know his name like that.
The classics will rise to the top. Trust me on this one.
Talking about animes next up. What are you looking forward to in this next drop of animes?
On the newer end, the Demon of the Sword Village, what is that called? I feel like that
Demon
show.
Sword Hunter.
Demon Sword Hunter, exactly, yes. I feel like that show is giving me Shiki vibes, and Shiki is real niche.
That's a throwback.
But I feel like that whole like
That was a good story.
cultish,
That was a crazy story.
like real
Shiki?
small, intricate
Yeah.
little village thing is what this show is gonna have
the
in
girl
it.
with the pink, yo.
And that is going. That's I don't know. Like I'm not gonna lie, Shiki. I wasn't rocking with it at first.
Really?
I dropped it and then I came back and I finished it. I said, nah, I was bugging.
Yeah.
That's one of them ones, and I feel like that show. Watching the trailer gave me straight Shiki vibes.
It's definitely like an older style animation.
Different,
I
but
can see that.
more centralized towards the main sword fighter, but it's something that I feel it with that one. Another one, not new, but season 2, Windbreaker. I didn't see season 1 because
It's boy love. There's no women in the show, which is fine, but there's no women in the show. Just be aware. There's one woman in the show. Was 2. She's an old lady. Another was a young lady.
I've just seen the violence, and
That's what's cool about it.
honestly, like I said, it came out at a bad time. It came out when I was like watching Tokyo Revengers for the first time, and then I went from watching to reading, and then I was just like, yo, how the fuck did somebody see this shit and decide to make this an anime? Which the anime was great, but the manga was read like shit. I don't know, it was weird. But more of the story is, Tokyo Revengers pissed me off to the point where I was like, I'm not going into a bad boys club fighting manga, whatever the fuck.
Basically, yeah.
I'm not going back into
school
that
rumble
one.
type shit.
Yeah, so I was cool off of it. But watching this trailer made me be like, I do kind of miss Tokyo Revengers a little bit.
It was a good show, yeah. It was
But
fire.
and besides that, another season, obviously I seen you talk about Fire Force a little bit earlier. Sentiment still remains the same, looking forward to Fire Force as well.
Season 3, yeah.
Season 3. And we're gonna wrap things up. Things are gonna get complicated, my boy. What about you though? What you looking forward to?
You already know. That Cowboy Bebop Bob's Lazarus look crazy.
It does.
Lazarus look crazy. The story, I didn't know the story. I just saw the fight scene. I saw this, like how it was choreographed.
Yeah.
And in my head, my instincts took over. My 30 years of anime experience said, right here, this is it. It's look fire. If they keep it short, it's gonna be great.
Oh yeah.
You can't prolong it too much.
Yeah. Told us the clear goal already.
Yeah, the clear goal is to find this man. Now it's the journey that you're gonna take us on. That's the story. I get it. It's cool. I'm with it. That's what I'm looking forward to. Also, I don't know if you guys seen it yet. Go Loser Ranger season 2 is coming out.
Oh, That was a sleeper.
It was. At first, I was like, episode 1 was kind of weird, but then I'm like, you know what? We're gonna keep going. If you know me, you know me. I love the Dark Hero. Shield Hero, Code Geass. Crazy. Go Losing Ranger, you have to watch. If you haven't watched it, watch season 1.
That's for a fact.
It's crazy.
I slept on that, and then I just like, let me watch this shit, and I was not disappointed at all. It was a great show, great story.
Before we get out of here, guys, quarter 1 anime picks. You got one shot. What you got?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Based strictly off of like, cause of this right now, you know what? I'm saying too many words.
Just say your show.
I'm gonna just speak on how I feel.
Just say the show.
Right now for quarter 1.
Just say the show.
Mappa went crazy with Zenshu, man. Mappa went crazy. It's pretty, but the animation, beautiful.
Crazy?
Beautiful.
I haven't watched that, but check it out though.
Zenshu is the story of a young famous writer who dies eating some fucking sushi. She's transported into not her own work, but her favorite work of another mangaka.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that.
And cool. Essentially, she knows what's gonna happen in this world, but the people obviously think it's their world. So, more of the story is clearly you can see where it's going.
Isekai, okay.
Type of vibe, but
got you.
Not the typical Isekai vibe, because she's self-aware of Isekais and things of that nature. But, you know, it's a good watch.
I was conflicted between the two options of the new season of ReZero and Dr. Stone. I'm gonna have to go with Dr. Stone. Realistically, Dr. Stone, where we're at right now, I would have never expected us to get here.
Bro, that boy Senju is a fucking demon. Scientific demon.
He just got shot. I'm spoiling it. I don't care. If you don't watch it, if you don't watch it by this point, it's on you. He got shot. He got a girlfriend. I'ma chill. That's my pick. Dr. Stone.
With all that being said, it's time for y'all to go to bed. That's been another episode of AnimeIntake. We finally back again. We ain't gonna leave out for too long now.
If we're in house, we're in the house. We welcomed you in. Now we kicking you out.
That shit was weak, boss, nigga. You said I was about to be on your side.
That sounded like something at first.
Jeet him.
It sounded like something at first.
Jeet him. You look, you had me in the first half. I'm not gonna lie. I said, oh shit, he about to.
That's the.
Yeah, I mean, but
we out of here, man. Stay tuned for episode 3 of AnimeIntake.
And whatever the fuck else we decide to do.
1, but this is 2. Next is 3.
Cause the foe, Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at your door.
That's the show?